go ahead and start here with Rob.
Marcus, you guys knew the challenge in terms of their front, just how disruptive they were. How did you feel like you'd be able to attack them, and how did things develop? What worked and what didn't as the game went on that way?
We knew we could go out in space, and we had some success tonight just working out in space. They did an awesome job just getting in their backfield and disrupting a lot of things. And credit to them. We're just gonna come back and look at it and get better.
Marcus, this was the biggest challenge that you faced so far this season, and unfortunately came out losing. And how do you think you grew as a player tonight?
I learned from a lot of different things. This is my first overtime I've ever played in. A lot of different things, and I feel as a team we grew. It's one game, but we're going to come back in Monday and get ready and really just prepare for the last couple games.
Marcus, the last 2 games you've been red hot, 10 touchdown passes. What do these guys do? Forget the run game, but what do these guys do in the passing game? Passing defense, typically when they take away the run, you guys go to the passing, you have success. But what do they do to stop that?
Right, they did a good job of they were showing different fronts. They were loading the box and then dropping out of it. So there was they were coming out with 8, 7 guys in coverage. That didn't leave a lot of open holes, and they did a good job.
Marcus, could you take us through that drive in overtime? Obviously didn't move the ball very well.
Right. The first couple plays, I tried to pull it, try to make a play. And was in the backside, made a good play. The third down, it was just a miscommunication. I didn't see the full signal. That's on me. Just gotta learn.
Chip says it's a one-game season every week, but he also says, you guys don't live in a bubble. You know what's on the line, big picture. Was any of the disappointment after this game related to the big picture?
I'm sure it was. There's a lot of disappointment, but these guys are awesome in the locker room. They've done a good job of just keeping everyone's head up. It's one game, the season's not over. We have a lot to play for, and we're just gonna come back on Monday and get ready for it.
But it wasn't just
Nick Aliotti is in the back row for those who want.
But it wasn't just you lost to Stanford. It was you lost to Stanford with the title game on the line.
Right. But we like you said, we try not to think of those things, but it still hurts because we don't live in a bubble. But it's just one game. It doesn't define our season, and like I said, we're just gonna come back on Monday and learn from it and just be a better team.
Well, Marcus, following up on what Rob said and what you just said there, how do you bounce back from that? Because tonight you controlled the BCS situation. Now you don't even control the conference. And you're young guys. It's an emotional game. You have less than 48 hours till Monday's practice. How do you bounce back?
We gotta look. When you start with looking at the film, you gotta take it for what it is. A lot of guys don't like looking at film when they lose, but you just gotta look at it and get better from it. And Sunday, we always said there's a 24-hour policy. You win or lose. Come back Monday, it's got to be all out. These seniors have done a good job in the locker room tonight of just keeping our head up. We are a young team, and there's a lot that we learned from tonight. So, like I said, it's not going to be easy, but we understand that we have a couple more games, and whatever plays out. But we just have to control what we can control, and that's Monday.
Given the way your offense has performed this year, what was the feeling to look up and just see 14 points on the scoreboard at game 2?
It wasn't a good feeling. We left a lot of points on the board, and that's just unfortunate. The ball doesn't bounce your way sometimes. It just kind of happened that way. But the defense did an awesome job tonight. They really kept us in the game. But offensively, especially myself, there's some things that we can clean up on, and we're just gonna get better.
Marcus, back here. This team isn't used to losing. This is your first loss as in your Oregon career. How bad does this one hurt personally?
It hurts. It really does hurt. But the guys in the locker room have done a good job just making sure to keep my head up. It's not an easy one. It's not an easy one to swallow. But there's another game on the horizon, and that's the way we look at it. And Monday's our next challenge, and we're just going to take it from there.
Right here. How much of your offense is based on rhythm? And also, what did you say again about the third down in overtime? I didn't see what you said that was on you, but I couldn't figure out what you were saying.
Okay. Yeah, you know, this offense is a lot of rhythm, you know, a lot of tempo. You know, it's all about getting first downs. And if you can't get a first down, you can't get the rhythm going, then the offense kind of stalls a little bit. And then on that third down in overtime, it was just a miscommunication on my part. I didn't see the full signal. And Josh was running one way and I threw another, but it's totally on me.